Alright, hello! We're in Unit 6. Yesterday's lesson I did not have time to record, but there is a video there to help if you need it. Today we are continuing our talk on mean, finding the average. Today we are taking it up a step more. One thing I want to remind you of really quickly is that when I say find the mean, again that means the average. And to find the average, we take the total sum of our numbers, so we add up all of our numbers in our data set, and then we divide it by how many numbers we have. So we added up our numbers, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, so that's what we divided by. Now, these types of problems are super important. You'll see ones like this on the PISA, on the final. It's a very high leverage problem that you need to know how to do. So, we're going to look at what we call a frequency table today. A frequency table tells you how many times each number occurs. So let's say you're at an amusement park and 7 spun a spinner 50 times. So you have a little spinner and you're rotating it. So this person did the spinner 50 times. And each time they recorded what point value they got. So they spun it the first time. Then they put on here how many or what score that they got. So it looks like when we look at this, the score of 1 showed up 7 times. So that means that a 1 was spun 7 times. So this is telling you like what the thing is. The frequency tells you how many times they got that number. So this one would mean the score 3, they got how many times? 8 times. So again, on a frequency table, where it says frequency, that just tells you how many times that thing showed up. So, to find the average of a frequency table, we have to do one extra step. So, what this means is they got a 1 7 times. So that would look like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 7 different times, and we could do that for each one of these different numbers. But adding repeatedly is the same as multiplication. So what we're going to do is multiply the number, the score in this case, by its frequency. So we're going to do 1 times 7, 2 times 5, 3 times 8, 4 times 9, 5 times 4, run out of room here, 5 times 4, 6 times 7, and then 7 times 10. And when we have a frequency table, and if I ask you to find the average of a frequency table, you do it the exact same way every single time. So you take your number, multiply it by your frequency. Then we add our results together. So we're actually going to add up all of these multiplications. So I'm going to rewrite them all simplified out here. So 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 9 is 36. 5 times 4 is 20. 6 times 7 is 42. 7 times 10 is 70. So we're going to add all those numbers up and then divide by how many there are. So again, add them all up. This is exactly what we do for average from a regular data set. Add all of our numbers, divide by how many they have. So the only thing that's different with the frequency is you have to first multiply the number times the frequency to get its specific total. Now that we have this, the number that we divide by is the total frequency, or how many times something was done. They spun the spinner 50 times. So that is what we are going to divide by. Okay, so I'm going to go 7 plus 10 plus 24 plus 36 plus 20 plus 42 plus 70, and we get 209, and then we divide that by 50, and we get 4.18. So this is the average for what score Fevin got. So 4.18 was Fevin's average score on the spinner. So again, score times frequency, add it all up, and then divide by how many times the thing was done. So, for example here, let's say how many of us have pets. Obviously, I can't do that right now because there's just you. But let's say there were 4 of us with 0 pets, none with 1, 6 with 2, 3 with 3, 1 with 4, 0 with 5, 0 with 6. Let's say that's what we came up with in class. So now find the mean, find the average number of pets that we have, that each, like a person would have in our class. So we're going to do the same thing. Multiply our number times our frequency, add them all up, and then divide by our total frequency. So we're going to do 0 times 4. 0 times 4. 1 times 0. 2 times 6. 3 times 3. 4 times 1. 5 times 0. 6 times 0. Oops. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and multiply all those out. 0 times 4 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. 5 times 0 is 0. 6 times 0 is 0. Okay. There's our sum of our numbers. And then again, we need to divide by our total frequency. So how many people in this case we counted, because we're not spinning anything this time, but how many times, how many people like voted or put in their answer. So we have 4 plus 6 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people. And now we add it up and divide. Go ahead, take a second to do that. Then you get 1.78, or we can round up to 2 pets. So that would mean the average person in our class owns about 2 pets. Okay. After doing those examples, it's your turn. You have 4 to do. So again, simply multiply your number times your frequency, add them all up, divide by how many you have, or your total frequency. So in this case, make sure you add up your parking spaces. You would need to add up your number of people, or sorry, nope, yes, your number of people, which I might do that for you, to be honest. Sorry, I'm just rambling now. You have 4 problems to do, check them out. If I don't tell you how many people there are, like in 2 I say there are 26 individuals, that would be your total frequency that goes on the bottom. If I don't tell you that, remember, just add up your frequency, that's the number you're dividing by. Alright, let me know if you have questions. Give those 4 problems a try and have a great day.